Good evening and welcome to the regular meeting of Port Clinton City Council of May 26, 2015. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, the Lord's Prayer, and a moment of silence for our men and women serving overseas. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our Father, who art in heaven,
Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
thank you. I will now entertain a motion to make Mrs. Sardi clerk. Thank you, Ms. Phillips. All those in favor? Aye. Thank you. Clerk, please call the roll.
Mike Snyder.
Present.
Dave Gilo.
Present.
Lisa Sarding. Present. Beth Gilman.
Present.
Jerry Trolling.
Present.
Nicole DeFreitas. Present. Margaret Phillips.
Present.
Thank you. You have no minutes tonight because Mrs. Springer's not here. But she said she will catch up with the next meeting. The chair notes that certification has been received regarding compliance with the rules and notifications of this meeting, and we will now go to public comment.
Rick Noter, 608 East Perry Street.
Thank you. When Mr. Rose came into the picture in Port Clinton with the proposed development, City Council took 2 trips down to Worcester as trying to find if that was kind of an example of his work and an example of what was going on in Worcester. And to a person, there were glowing reviews of what was happening in Main Street, Worcester, and what Mr. Rose's projects were. Has anybody been back since then? Any other council members to Worcester? Well, I went down to Worcester, and that was on the 23rd of April, so it's a few weeks now. I wanted to check out the latest project that he did, which is called Merchants Block, and it's mixed use. There are condos and entrances in the back, and there's retail with entrances on the street in the front. There are 4 condos which have yet to be sold, and it's been on the market since January of 2013. So that's going on 2.5 years, and there are still 4 condos that haven't been sold. That doesn't sound bad, 4 condos, right? There were 12 total. That means fully 1/3 of the condos in that development have not been sold. One of them is the, actually, let me see. Yeah, it's the model, okay? And that's for sale, according to the realtor's website. 3 of them have never been built out. In other words, you look in the door and there are concrete floors, there's never been any flooring, there is blank drywall in there, so no one has ever lived in those units. So let's take a look at the proposed development for Waterworks Park. There's 119, I believe, is the last line of the condos, and if we take 1/3 of that roughly, that's 40. Let's say 119, 120, and 40. Does council feel that that would be acceptable for that development? If that development went in and had 40 condos still vacant and never occupied 2.5 years later, would that be acceptable? No answer. Okay. Let's take a look at the retail. There are 11 addresses on the retail on the street there, and currently, well, 6 of them have tenants. There are 5 of them that are actually, in operation. There was one that was being built out at the time, but it could be in operation right now because, all the materials and everything were in there for it to be filled out. So But again, there are 11, and 6 of them have tenants, slightly over 50%, after 2.5 years. Would that be acceptable for the development in Waterworks Park that's proposed by Mr. Rose? If 2.5 years after it's ready to go, half of the retail units are unoccupied. Is there an answer there? Council. There's a question. There's no answer. Okay. How much time do I have, Madam President?
5 minutes.
How much time do I have left?
About 2.
About 2? Okay. Shift gears here and say, Mr. Schaffner wrote in his paper, whatever happened to the 2001 plan for PC's waterfront? Well, the 2001 plan for PC's waterfront is right here. If City of Port Clinton Waterfront Protection and Enhancement Plan, which was also known as the Coastal Management Plan, because it had to be done in order for the city to get grants and stuff from coastal management. Mr. Schaffner had a lot to say about it, but there are some things that he certainly had nothing to say about, and I'd like to share those with you. This is on page 24. And it says, hotels and other commercial buildings on the north side of Perry Street, east of the city beach, often completely cut off views. Oh, on the north side of Perry Street, east of City Beach. Well, that'd be west of City Beach. No, I'm sorry, east of City Beach. Thank you. Often completely cut off views or access to Lake Erie. The city should develop and implement design guidelines which identify any remaining important view sheds and protect them from encroaching development. Commercial or retail development should not extend any further east of downtown or any further west of the City Beach property. That's in 2001. That's in the 2001 study. I looked for it in there, but I didn't see it in Mr. Schaffner's comments there. We'll go to the zoning portion here of the study, and it says, current land use and zoning along the corridor, which is along, the lake shore, are generally in line with this plan's goals and recommendations. Now, this is in 2001, before Waterworks Park was rezoned. Intense commercial uses are clustered in downtown, a portion of the Eastern Lakeshore District and the Western Lakeshore District. Low-intensity residential and recreation uses are located along Perry Street, and the open areas of City Beach and the marshland are unobscured by buildings. Again, current land use and zoning along the corridor are generally in line with this plan's goals and recommendations. I looked for that and I didn't see that. I may have missed it. Thank you, Madam President.
You're welcome. That's it. We'll now go to the mayor's report.
Thank you, Madam President. A few things. On Monday 18th, we met with the folks from the Ability Center, along with members of Kiwanis, Rotary, and the Lions Club. And during that discussion, they presented their final conceptuals of what the total accessibility park would look like, at which time it was approved by the city to move forward with that project. I know they have quite the amount of money to raise, close to $500,000, but they feel confident that they can do so. So I encourage everyone to help support that. It's something I think is a great thing to bring to our city, more importantly to our park, for all those that suffer from disabilities. Also, fishing with the mayor didn't go as well. The weather was a little rough, so didn't have a lot of people attend, only three individuals. But they did talk the weather and the lack of fish biting, along with myself. We also was able to attend the business roundtable, which the business roundtables for the downtown business owners. We're all attended there, at which time the Main Street Port Clinton went ahead and was awarding the $15,000 grants to certain businesses in that area. It also offered me an opportunity to talk about the plans that we have put together and how we've been able to capitalize on over $6 million worth of improvements in the downtown as we see the beginnings and shovel. A lot of excitement was had. If you have an opportunity to walk downtown, you'll see in the windows we have outlined exactly what that project is. Poggemeyer was kind enough to put together a board that not only shows the designated area of redevelopment, also gives all the partners in there, including all the different grant amounts, so that everybody has the truth versus listening to social media or the San Luis Register. So very important that everybody's aware of the truth. And also, and lastly, if I could, I just want to remind everyone, Father's Day is the day for Special Olympics. We team up with our law enforcement friends, the FOPA, who's very engaged in helping to support the Special Olympics. I ask that you do the same. We will be leaving on the boats, I believe, at noon. Am I correct in that, Chief? Yes. Should be arriving back in town around 4 o'clock, at which time we'll be taking the parade route, going down Jefferson to 4th, and coming around to Madison, heading north, and we'll finish at the Knights of Columbus Hall, where we'll give them a warm welcome and a warm meal. So we're looking forward to that. Thank you, Madam President. Oh, you know what? I apologize. I just got this. I just received this, and I think it's extremely important, as I mentioned about the downtown plan, how we're successful in receiving all those grants. I just received this evening from Poggemeyer. We will be presenting at the State Planning Conference September 23rd and 25th to present exactly the revitalization plan that we were able to capitalize on and move forward in our downtown area. Laura Schlachter, as you know, is the Street Director, Chamber member as well. As myself, will go to BG in Toledo actually to present during September 23rd and 25th to really showcase what the City of Port Clinton is able to do by all the collaborative efforts, the council, the state representative, our senator, our county officials. So very impressive that we will be there to represent Port Clinton.
I just wanted to make a comment about Special Olympics. They have spent the whole day in Quinn Bay before they come here. And so you would think they would be tired and exhausted. But they come off that boat and they are so excited about that parade coming through the city of Port Clinton. And if you haven't come out and seen it, you need to come out and see it. Because they are thrilled and excited, and they get excited because you're out there cheering for them. And we've had some individuals go to the state Special Olympics. So they're just having a good time, and they deserve and appreciate your support. So get out there on Father's Day and just watch them go around the block. With their torch. Okay. Auditor's report.
Nothing tonight, Madam President.
Thank you. Treasurer's report.
Madam President, I'd like to report on the taxes that the Treasurer's Office is in charge of. To date, the bed tax has brought in $18,243.80, and that's comparable to last year's amount on this date. The total tax brought in 2014, $152,765.74. So you can see that does help our city a lot. There were 40 on the list last year. There are 39 this year, places that pay. That includes condos, private homes, whatever. Dock tax to date has brought in $6,200. There are 15 on the list. Dock tax, for your information, is $25 per boat per summer. And in 2014, the amount brought in by dock taxes was $16,675. And I have one additional thing to say, which has nothing to do with bed taxes, but you all know that there was a parade on Monday morning, and there was a lot of hassle downtown because the streets were messed up. Well, it happened, I noticed there were people lined up on Madison Street, and the band wasn't going that way. There happened to be a council person, Beth Gilman, who proceeded to go from where she was back by the parade ending route and tell all those people on Madison Street the parade wasn't coming that way. So I think she deserves a hand for that. That's all, ma'am. Thank you. Law Director's report.
Yes, I would like to request that council make a motion at the appropriate time to have an executive session this evening to discuss the possibility of imminent litigation that the city would be involved in. And I believe the president of council may have notified you of that in advance. That's all I have.
Safety Service Director's report.
Thank you, Madam President. Just a couple things. I want to commend our service department for the great job they did getting the city looking good for the weekend. We had a lot of work, obviously, up at the Walleye Festival, and they got the fences and all that set up. I thought the cemeteries looked outstanding. I drove through there. I thought they did a great job. Even had some help blowing off the stones, and I appreciate all that from you guys helping out. Also, thanks to Spear Brothers, they got Madison Street opened up. I was getting a little nervous come about Thursday, but they did get it opened up for the weekend. I think it was fine. The patch ended up okay, and the parade went off without too much of a hit, so I appreciate their efforts. And just a reminder, June 1st, we're on the west side again for our brush pickup, so keep that in mind. We're on west, and of course we go west to east, but the west will be on next Monday, which will be, I believe, it's June 1st, yes. So, thank you, Madam President.
Thank you. And I just want to thank the Safety Service Director and the Police Chief and the Fire Chief and the crew for helping out with the Walleye 5K walk and run. We had a beautiful day. We had about 180 walkers and runners, and we cannot do that without all of you guys and all of your help. And we had a number, for the first time, we had a number of comments about the volunteers on the parade route and how nice and professional they were. And that's important. It was very important to the runners. So thank you guys very much. Police Chief's report.
Thank you, Madam President. Thank you, everyone, for getting us through another Memorial Day weekend. And with this weekend coming up, we have the 100 and 200 blocks of Madison Street are going to be shut down for the Hogs by the Lake event. I believe it's beginning Thursday night through Sunday. So bear with us, and we'll get them back open Sunday night. That is all. Thank you, Madam President.
Fire Chief's report.
Nothing tonight, Madam President.
Thank you. We will now go to correspondence. And under correspondence, I have the minutes of the Finance Committee from Tuesday, May 19th. And then I will take a motion to accept correspondence as stated. Thank you, Mr. Trolley. Second by Ms. Phillips. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. We will now go to the third reading of ordinances and resolutions. The clerk please read by title and summary only, ordinance 09-15.
09-15, an ordinance amending ordinance number 03-15 of the City of Fort Clinton and adjusting accounts within the City of Fort Clinton.
Does council wish to take any action this evening on ordinance 09-15? Mr. Snyder.
Thank you, Madam President. I'd like to make a motion that we adopt the ordinance.
I have a motion to adopt ordinance 09-15. Do I have a second?
Second, Madam President.
Thank you, Mr. Velo. Any discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Mike Snyder,
Yes.
Gabe Velo,
Yes.
Lisa Sardi, yes. Beth Gilman,
Yes.
Jerry Trolley,
Yes.
Nicole DeFreitas, yes. Margaret Phillips.
Yes. Thank you. Ordinance 09-15 has passed. Would the clerk please read by title and summary only? Ordinance 10-15.
Ordinance 10-15, an ordinance vacating the east-west alley between blocks 1 and 2 of A. Couchet's addition to the City of Fort Clinton.
Does council wish to take any action this evening on ordinance 10-15? Mr. Snyder.
Thank you, Madam President. I'd like to make a motion that we adopt the ordinance.
I have a motion to adopt ordinance 10-15. Do I have a second? Thank you, Mr. Trolley. Any discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Mike Snyder,
Yes.
Gabe DeFreitas, or sorry, Gabe Velo.
Yes or no?
Yes.
You've been promoted.
Lisa Sarding, yes. Beth Gilman?
Yes.
Jerry Trolling?
Yes.
Nicole DeFrias?
Abstain.
Margaret Phillips?
Yes.
Thank you. Ordinance 10-15 has passed. We have no second reading of the ordinances and resolutions, and we are now going to deviate from the agenda, and we will go to business from the floor. Mr. Snyder.
Thank you, Madam President. Someone in this room has a birthday today, and he was pretty modest during the fire chief's report. Happy birthday, Fire Chief Johnson.
Thank you, Michael.
I too would like to congratulate the Main Street and all the city crews and fire departments and police departments and everyone that was involved with the Walleye Festival. Whoever planned the weather did a great job. Wish I could have bourbon chicken every day. Thank you, Main Street, for doing that again. Congratulations to the class of 2015 who will be graduating this future, and hope you settle in Port Clinton. And then finally, I'm very, very, very excited to announce that because of the efforts of the 4th of July Celebration Committee and the 100 or so people that bought raffle tickets and the other dozen or so people that wrote checks, we will be having fireworks on the 4th of July here in Port Clinton. You're able to make the amount of money required. We do have other plans in the works. We're working out some final details with the city, and I'll be announcing those as soon as we work out those details. So thank you. That'll be it for this evening.
Mr. Velo.
Nothing tonight, Madam President.
Thank you. Mrs. Sarding.
I would just like to add on to what the Mayor said, the flagship. I do have some brochures here, and we have some information. And when I put them all, so you can see, I'm pretty excited that it's going to go through along with what we've already done. The city's already done. But then the Florida too. What we've already done with Portage Park, and then the addition of the pavilion and the bathrooms, and what's in Weston Park. So thanks to the city for all that you've done, the service department. Excited. That's all.
Mrs. Gilman.
About the parks, I was at Econ Olympic Day this past week, and the pavilion was very nice. It was shaded. People could put their chairs on the cement. Very enjoyable for grandparents that were there, so it was great to see all those people out there. The weather was perfect. That's it.
Mr. Trolley.
Just happy birthday, Chief.
Mrs. DeFritis.
Let's see, where am I starting? The infrastructure meeting on June 2nd will be postponed, and I will announce at a later date when it'll be rescheduled for. I have to be out of town that day, so. And also, I'd like to say good luck to all the graduates this weekend, including my son, Gabriel. My little baby's graduating. And in regards to the flagship play place, I'm organizing an event on June 6th at Gem Beach Marina. It's a Team Mary 5K and after party. All proceeds from the race are going to be going towards the flagship play place project. We're going to have the Naked Bacon Band. Great Lakes Brewery is going to be there. We got food, lots of raffle items. This is our 4th year of doing the Team Mary event. Normally, everybody's ran the Glass City Marathon and to raise money, and this year we wanted to bring it to Ottawa County. Mary Lucas is a first grader who is autistic, and so her parents and I are good friends, and so we've raised money over the years for autism-related causes. This project fits perfectly with what we're doing. So if you don't run, you can still come out to the after party, and it's a good way if you want to help support this project to come out and drink some Great Lakes beer and listen to Naked Bacon Band. And what else do I have? And that's it. That's all I have.
Thank you. Ms. Phillips.
I had a good time at the Walleye Festival over the weekend. I thought it was just really nice. People weren't nasty.
I was there Sunday and Monday, and I got to sit with Mr. Tiroli the one day to collect money for beer tickets. That was interesting. But I wish
Sitting with
they-
Mr. Trolley?
It was really
Trust me,
nice,
it
though,
was
I
interesting.
thought. And I got to see a lot of the students who had come back, who left maybe 10, 15, 20 years ago, and they were coming over to buy tickets for the beer, the pop, and whatever else he was selling. But it was fun. If you missed it, too bad. Next time.
At this time, I will take a motion to go into executive session to discuss impending litigation.
So moved, Madam President.
Thank you, Mr. Snyder. Could I have a second? Thank you, Mr. Tiroli. Any discussion? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mike Snyder?
Yes.
Gabe Elo?
Yes.
Lisa Sardi? Yes. Beth Gilman?
Yes.
Jerry Trolling?
Yes.
Nicole DeFreitas?
Yes.
Margaret Phillips?
Yes.
Thank you. We will take about a 10-minute break and come back and go into executive session. The audience is excused. You may wait out in the hallway and come back if you so desire when we're done with the executive session, but that's up to you.